What's going on, guys? It's your boy Vex. Welcome back to the Nerd Militia, and we're going to touch on a little subject about Marvel called Showrunners. Um, I'm late to this. I'm late to this party. I know everybody shared their opinions. I'm personally on the fence of, or not. I'm not on the fence. I'm on the side of Feige doing what Feige does. Um, I don't know. Okay, so Bob Iger's back, right? I think that's who it is. Listen, I really don't care who the chairman of Disney is. If I'm wrong, or Bob Sheepek. There's like a bunch of names. There's a Bob. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Bob Iger. Bob Iger is in. Okay, here's the deal. He left. He came back. He's in. So I'm not sure if he was around for the the Game of Thrones debacle, right? Look, I know people. These you're dealing with two men who have been successful in different ways. Feige, Iger, they're both successful people. You can't deny them that. But showrunners. So I've seen a lot of takes, and most of the takes I've seen have been like, "Oh man, I saw that. I knew there was something missing from these TV shows or this movie, and it was because there were no showrunners." Here's the deal: Marvel has built, and when I say Marvel, I mean Feige. Okay, so just know that Marvel has built a system so wonderful that other studios are failing in trying hard to replicate it. And I want to think one of the reasons and why and points they're failing at is a lot of these studios appoint showrunners. And I think you have to at least acknowledge the fact that Marvel has become successful and has done so well without showrunners because there's truly only one head of the studio. There's only one path to follow. Now, if I'm Bob Iger, hopefully there's somebody in my party who's like, hey, showrunners are cool, but let me just run you down the travesty of Game of Thrones, like what their showrunners did to a promising show. And this is what they did was just like two dudes who got offered, ironically enough, a better contract from Disney, Star Wars, right? They got offered something they really wanted, and in order to quickly move and accept that offer, they shit the bed with Game of Thrones, and then Disney was just like, no, we're gonna pass, right? And I don't think Iger was in at that time, so I feel like he should be made aware of that, and just know that like when we're doing showrunners on popular shows, Marvel has such a name that I think on a competitive level, a showrunner would want to be like, A, look at the uniqueness I did over here. B, I did it better than Feige. Or C, like, I made this art in spite of whatever Feige was doing. So I think it can be done, but I do believe Iger needs to really pay attention to what he's doing. I know it's been time consuming, and that's why we're here with the VFX strike or a pending VFX strike and demanding more money and getting these guys paid. And I'm all for that. So I'm thinking like, if we're going to stick with the Feige way of doing things, let's make sure these people that we are depending on to do a lot of stuff in post are taken care of. But I also think if we're going to start, if we like, it's so hard to be like, hey, Feige, all that success you've been doing, you've had a few flops here and there, but all the success you've made, now we're going to change it up. I think it's going to be super hard. I don't know what those talks are looking behind the scenes, but I also believe that like to compare this, if you will, to um WWE for a moment, or WWF at the time, Iger could possibly be the Vince McMahon to. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. I totally forgot his name, but Vince Russo. Like, if Feige is Vince Russo in this and Iger is Vince McMahon, like, all right, cool. There's some magic that could be made there, but just know that fudge, man, he's gotten you guys here, so I don't know, man. Putting a lot of people have egos, and having these people come in, showrunners, I mean, trying to define something that's already been defined, that's pretty hard. I think some things are going to have to change, or at least the duties of Marvel showrunners are going to have to change. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't. I'm on the on the side again of letting Kevin Feige do his thing. If there has to be showrunners, I think it has to be showrunners that are just heavily involved or like overseen by Feige. Like they can't be left to their own devices or be told like, "Hey, we're giving you Daredevil, do you?" Like, no, that's not what we're going to do. Because what happens is Feige has been able is the studio. Like what happened with David Ayer, which is a tragedy in its own, happened because Ayer was say, "Hey, you run the show, you go do this, you do this thing," and then the studio was like, "Nah, we're gonna pivot." So let's not do that. Let's keep it studio wise, right? Feige's already been doing it. He decides where what goes. Um, but if we have to, there's so many buts in this video. I'm so sorry, but if we have to, they can't be left. The showrunners can't be left with their own devices because we might end up with something as butchered as Suicide Squad, leaving these guys like to their own devices. And I'm not knocking Suicide Squad. I'm a fan of Suicide Squad. I want the Ayer cut. I'm a fan of David Ayer. Ayer, the worst thing you've ever done in my eyes is apologize for your interpretation of Joker because it's the best Joker of all Jokers. At me. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this. Where are you siding? How do you feel? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below. Share this video. And let's have an honest discussion about this. I mean, like, again, look where we are already. Do you think he really needs showrunners? Like, I honestly can't see the good. So if you guys could, if we could talk about what the good is in this, and you could make me a believer, hey, I'm here for it. But like I was saying, guys, thanks for stopping by. Stay excellent, and I'll catch you guys later.